Hello inventors, this is Saurav. In this video, we will learn how we can detect pose of our body using Posenet extension in MIT App Inventor. Okay, so that's the second part of this video. Okay, so make sure watch first part of this video, then that's the second part. So let's start. So till now we have completed that design and we have completed some code like that one. Now we have to code. We have just draw the points, okay, points of our body. Now we have to code for how we can draw the line, how we can draw the head. Okay, so for that we have to do a lot of code. Okay, so let's start. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do one thing here. I'm going to delete this one code draw point procedure because I have another method to make it more easier. Okay, so just delete this. Okay, and don't worry about that, we will call it in the after pose update. Okay, now let's code for first. What we will do here, simply we have to create some result here. So we can see there's two things, one procedure and procedure result. So now let's start. We can change this name and we can change this to get x. Okay, because we need a lot of point here. We need your x or y value, and we will use here one input also, and that input name we will make it as a point. Okay, that input name we will use here as a point like this. Okay, now let's go to the list and you can see here select list option here, this one. Select this, and from which list we have to get that point list and which indexed, and I'm to make it that one is 1. Okay, like this. Now like this, just copy paste this as it is. Okay, and make it as a get change to y. Okay, and the point should be as it is, but we just need to get the point and the index should be 2. Simple. Okay, and now third we have to defined. Okay, like let me just show you. Okay, just click on again, just copy paste. You can just copy paste this as it is and just change this name to define, DEFINED. Okay, and that should be also a point, but here we need one thing here, just delete this one and we have to get the how many points are there. If there is 2 points, then we have to proceed further. Okay, if there is nothing, then why will proceed further, like how we can draw the line if there is no 2 points. So we need 2 points minimum, right? So for that we have to check if there is 2 points or not. Okay, so for that we have to check. So I'm going to use a math and this equal sign and length of the list. Click on list and you can see the length of the list, just this one. Select this and this one should be equal to 2. Okay, if the length of the list equal to 2, okay, wait a second, and from which list? That one list, get point list. If this list point is equal to 2, then we will further proceed. Okay, now we have to draw key points. Okay, so let's down it. Now let's create one more result, procedure here. We will create procedure here, simple this one, and in this procedure name is, I'm to make it draw point, or you can say draw key point like this. Okay, and now we have to set our canvas, we have to set the canvas paint color, so that we will make it as a red. This one I'm going to copy paste paint color to red. Okay, and we have to use a for each loop. Simple. So for that, simple, just copy paste this word here, for each loop, and the item should be get from key points. Okay, and that draw point, now we have to call here draw point procedure. Okay, because we have to draw the point. Now for that we have to create one more procedure. Okay, so let's create the draw point procedure. So click on procedure and you can see this one, and then we have to call here draw point. Okay, now in the draw point we need here one input. So input, and that input name I'm to make it point, change point. Okay, now let's first thing we have to call condition here, control. If there is 2 points, it's defined or not. If defined, then we will call further. So we already have created one. Here you can see the points that call defined. Okay, call defined the point, then get point. Okay, if there is 2 points, this will check the condition that we have here length of the list equal to 2. If that is the result is true, then we will go then. So for that we will just call canvas, and you can see canva dot draw circle. Okay, draw circle, you will find here this one, draw circle, like this. Okay, so we have to call circle here. So for that, center x, what is center x? The value is procedure, and you can see get call get x point. Okay, this one, just simply call, and the point is that one point, get point. And now as it is, just call it again here, and we just need to change get y, and the radius I am to make it 4, like this. Okay, now in that code, okay, now click on procedure, you can see draw point, draw, where is this one, draw point, this one, and the item we are going to make it get item, like this. Okay, now we have to code for draw body. Okay, but wait, we need one more thing here. We have to check all thing is defined or not, because before draw the body, because we need to show that every point is here or not. If there is no point, then how we can draw the body? So we have to check for that. So for that we will create one more result here, and for that we will use here one input item, like this. And in this input item, I am to use your list of point, or you can say anything, list of points. So I am to make it list of point, list of point. Okay, and let's make it. Now we have to initialize that local variable. Okay, so click on global, and you can see initialize this one. Okay, this one, initialize global, right? And here we need here one just local name. I'm to make it all defined, all defined. Okay, if the all defined and the was defined, it's true. If the all defined is true, so just type here true, and you will get that true. Okay, and if you want to put it here directly, so let's delete it. Just click on this. Okay, just click on this any component and just type here true. This will automatically fit here, right? Cool. Now check the condition, do result. So for that, just go to the control, and you find your do result. It's something this one, call it here. Okay, in the 2 we need here for each loop. So let's go to the control, and you can see the for each loop, this one. Okay, and call it here, like this. I have to make it here like this. Okay, let's delete this point. Oh no, don't delete this one here. Okay, so for each loop in the list, we have to, which list we have to get? We have to get the list of points. It means this one, list of points. Okay, and what should we have to do? We have to check all thing is defined or not. So set all defined. So here you can see the points variable, this one local variable, set all defined. Okay, and then we have to check one condition, logic, and you will find here and this one, and call it here, but right click on it and make it generic, or you can say you can't make it generic if it's possible. Let's make it generic. External input, click on external input, then here, and then all defined should be here, get all, and then we need here it's all defined or not. So you will find we already have created all defined point, this one, and the get point is from where, this one, item. Okay, you can change this item name to as a point. Okay, like this, that doesn't matter, but you can. And in the result we will return all defined. Okay, all defined, fine. That's now let's code for draw line. Okay, now we have to draw the line. So how we can do this? So let's create one more procedure, and we have to call all this procedure while position will update. Okay, like this one, where we will call all this position here. I'm to delete this one. Okay, and here you can see that pose updated. Whenever pose updated, we have to call all that thing, but in the last we will call it. Okay, first we need to create all these procedures. Okay, so in the this point we will draw the line. Okay, so you can just type here draw line, like this. Okay, now we have to draw the line. So let's create one two input here. Okay, like this, and in the first point 1, and in the second point 2, right? And let's check the condition. Okay, so if control this one, if everything is all defined, okay, if the all thing is defined, it's more clicking on control variable, and you can see all defined. If everything, and you will find list of point, call procedure, this one we have to call this all procedure list of points, this one. Okay, and you can change this name, this procedure name, and you'll find that name is your we already have defined one procedure here, this one procedure. Okay, so I'm going to change this name to all defined. Okay, so all defined. Okay, if a draw line, call all defined, and the list of point we will make from which list, make a list. We have to make a list like this. Click on list, and you can see make a list, this one, and we will make a list of point 1 and point 2. Okay, fine. Now we have to draw the line between both point, draw 1 or draw 2, matlab make point 1 or point 2. So for that, simply we have to call draw line option. Okay, so just call canvas here, and you will find draw line, this one. Simple. And in the draw line, x, y, x2, y2. So how we can get it? Simply, we already have created all these things that you can see. Get x value like this here, just, and the point we will make it get point 1 like this. Okay, just copy paste this 4 times like this, and we have to change the value only. It means like if that one get x, point 1 value, then this should be get from y, and the point is as it is point 1, get point 1, right? Cool. Then in the third, get x is fine, but in the this should be point 2, and this should be point 2, and this should be get x to get y. Okay, let's try. If you're facing error, just like this. Okay, remove it from here and just add it again like this. Simple. Okay, now we already have completed the draw line option. Now we have to draw the head. Okay, like this head. So how we can do this? So now let's create one more procedure for that. So go to the procedure and just type here draw head like this. Okay, and in the draw head, how we can draw that head? We have to change the canvas color. Okay, so because if I will draw my head from the red only, so this not look good. So that's why I'm going to change the back color of that paint. So simply set paint color. Click on canvas, and you will find a set paint color. Set paint color. You will find this one, right? And we will set this point color to. You just need to click on this and just type here anything. Like if I just suppose green, suppose. And you can see here green, right? And now we have to check again, like if everything is defined or not. Okay, so just you can simply call here again condition if this, and if all points is defined or not. So simply call procedure, and you can see the all defined list of points, and from which list we have to make a list for that. Simply like this one list you can copy paste, but here we don't, because we have no point here. So simply what we can do here, we need to create a list of left ear or right ear. Okay, for that, because how we can draw the head, because we need a one radius option, we need a option for how we can draw the head. So for that we need a extension for left ear or right ear. Okay, so left ear you will find here list, this one, and just copy paste this one left ear, and that one is right ear, left right ear, like this. Okay, now we have to draw the circle around this left ear to right ear. Okay, so for that just need to call here again canvas, and you can see the draw circle, this one. Just call it here, and the center X should be okay. Now that is a little bit something confusing, and you can say okay, so how we can do this? Now for that, just we can call it here, first thing is divide, because we have to divide. There is some logic, actually there is some maths formula. Okay, so click on maths, and you can see here this one divided formula, draw center in the X, and in this we need to divide it by 2. Okay, so click on maths, and you can see 2 divided by 2 like this. but in that, how we can, which thing we have to divide, we have to get first value. Okay, so for that, click on maths and you can see plus this one, call it here, but make it, you can say external input like this. Okay, and from which external input we will get x and y value, like that we have already created x and y, get x point, this one, and just copy paste and change it to x to y point, and from which point, left ear and right ear point, this one, like this one. Okay, so just call it here and just call it here, left ear or here right ear. Okay, and we will divide this value by 2. As it is, we have to do for same, like just copy paste this whole code and just in a y, and what we need, one thing here, we need to change, we are getting a y, get y value, this should be a y value. Okay, and yeah, make sure this should be x values, I'm sorry, this should be x value, because we are getting x and then y, right, this is, and as it is left ear, okay, and the right ear divided by 2. Now radius, how we can find the radius, so we need to distance, we need a distance between left ear to right ear. So we already have created one thing, let's code for this one again, like just copy paste this value here, and I'm going to delete this between this one value, all divided by 2, but we need a call distance here. We already have created one thing here, we have created distance, we have completed the distance procedure, no, we haven't. So we have to call distance option here. So first we need to create a distance procedure, let's again distance procedure here, we have to call, so just call here distance, distance procedure. Okay, and in this procedure we will call 2 inputs here, input 1 and input 2, and in this input 2, 1 and 2, point 1 and then that is point 2. Okay, now again, like simple thing like control, as we have to check the points if there is all points are defined or not, so just simply call procedure, and you can see list of points, where list of point pro, this one all defined, and which we have to make a simple list like this, make a list, and point 1, this one, and then point 2, just copy paste this and change it to point 2, right? If everything's fine, then then what we'll do, we will use here square root option. So because we have to get the radius value, okay, and we are using here one formula. Okay, if you don't know the circle formula, just search on Google what is the circle formula. So now let's square root, click on maths, and you will find here square formula, this one, square root, this one. Okay, just call it here, but how we can call it, so for that we need here if else, so how we can call it, we can make it generic, no, so for that I'm sorry, we have to use another if else, like this one if, okay, this one if. So if I want to use this, then oh, I'm sorry, we have done one mistake. Actually we have to use here one procedure for result procedure. Okay, so we can define all the thing like this, okay, like this, and just need to draw input 1, input 2, like this, change this name point 1 and make it point 2, like this, and just like, and just define this if, call here this one, okay, and delete this one, okay, this one, and if the square root, okay, if the square root, and make sure this should be no, this is a distance, right, distance, yes, I'm sorry, distance, right, this one. Okay, then we have to call here, we have to actually plus something. So for that, just click on maths and you can see plus, call it here, but we have to make it as a external input like this. Okay, and then we have to get the value. So how we can get it? So first thing what we can do here, click on this maths again, and we need here one sign, this one, call it here like this, and we have to call it both, or you can say delete one first, and this should be value of 2 like this. Okay, and we have to get the x point value and y point value. Okay, so but we have to minus the x value from one point to the second point. So for that, let's maths and get the minus here and make it external input. Okay, and then again get point, that we already have done a lot of time, like get point x, and the point should be 0.1. Simple. Okay, there is nothing logic, and you can make it. Okay, we have to minus this value, so we will make it 0.2. We have to minus value from 0.2 to 0.1 and 0.1. Okay, both should be x. Okay, get x, get y. Now we have to do it as it is for or another thing, like for this. Okay, but here what we need to do, we need to change get y, and that should be get y. Simple. Yeah, maybe you will face error like this, because like this, and just remove it and just again add it. Right, now we already have done distance, so let's call distance here. So click on procedure and find distance here, this one. Now call it here. Cool. Now we have to call distance, and from which distance we have to call? Ear 1 to right ear, to left ear to right ear. So just call your left ear, this one, left ear, and that one is right ear. So call it here like this. Okay, now we have completed the distance option. Now fill is true. Okay, now distance, we already have done distance option, draw point, and everything. Now we have to call all these things. So how we can call it? While update. Okay, there are a lot of errors. Don't worry, there is 5 warning and 1 error. Okay, so we have to remove all that thing. So here in the whenever pose updated, okay, so we have to, first thing, we have to clear the canvas. It's fine, and then paint color is fine, it's fine, no problem with that. But now the thing is, if the canvas, you can say, like, we have to call your key point first we have to call key point. Okay, so for that, let's call the key point. Okay, so you can see the key point, this one, call it here, and then we have to call, just copy paste one thing here, and we have to call here body. We have to draw the body. You can see point, line, head. Okay, we have to draw the body, and where is our body? Have you defined this body? Have you drawn? We have done code for body or not? I'm sorry, let me check. Head, we have defined. Distance, no, we have to code for body, because we have to draw the body also. Oh sorry, so let's draw the body. Click on procedure, again procedure here, and let's just type here draw body. Okay, and for that, simply, this is one is also simple, and we have to set the color for, like, set canvas.paint color like this, and then we have to just use here for each loop. So click on control, and you can see for each loop, this one, call it here, and from which we have to call the body point. So for that, we need your Posenet extension skeleton. Okay, we will use one thing here, that is skeleton. Click on Posenet, and you can see skeleton option here, this one. Okay, that will return the list. So simply we have to draw points. So click on procedure, and you will find draw point here. We already have done an item. We will make it get this here. Right, now that is draw body. Now let's call this draw body here. Draw body, you can see this one, and we have to call it here in our main whenever we update. So whenever you update here, right, this one. Now I think we don't need to draw the for each loop, because why we are using it, we have to draw the key point, and we already have done this point. Okay, so let's delete this. Okay, you can see we have draw body. Okay, and in here we can draw points. Okay, and whenever that call, you can see draw circle, but in the body we have to draw lines, right? So that's why this is fine. Now what you need to do, we will not call here draw point, we will call here one more procedure, and you can see that, let me just delete this. Okay, and let's create one procedure. Click on procedure here. Okay, and you can just draw body. Okay, and we have to set that paint color, and I'm using here yellow, I want to paint my body with yellow color or orange color. Okay, and we need here for each loop control, and you can see for each loop this one like this, and I'm to make this item to born. Okay, right, like this. And from which list we have to get, just simple this extension, and you will find here. Okay, let me just make it bigger. I'm sorry for that, like this. Okay, click on this and you will find here skeleton, like this one. Just call it here like this, and we have to draw lines here, right? So that's why we will call procedure, and you will find your draw line option, this one, simple. And from which point, now let's simple this is list. Click on list and you will find your select list item, this one, call it here, and from this get born, and item should be one, like maths and key C 0 to make it 1, like this. And just copy paste this, okay, and just 2, right? That's simple. So that's the overall code. Okay, don't worry, I will give you the AIA file of this app. Okay, you don't need to worry. And that's the overall code. And if you have some doubt, you can ask me in comment. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you have some doubt, you can ask me in comment. And wait a second, there is some error. Why this error? Let me just check why this is this is the error. Okay, got it. Wait a second. You can see in the whenever we update the post, so we have to draw our body like this. Simple. Draw key point, then draw head, then draw not head, bro, body. Alright, draw body. Now let's change this here, fix it like this. Make it fill should be not true, this should be false. Okay, make sure this should be false. If okay, we have to use else condition. Yes, we forget it. Then use else here like this. And if there is nothing, then you can make it any like anything like that. So else point. Cool, simple. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel, like this video, and share this video. Have a nice day. Be safe. Bye bye.